Ah, caught me taking my final sip. My name is Jim Sunderwirth. I'm coming from my swing here. All right. I just enjoy this. I'm enjoying it because I'm learning so much too. You know, you can't teach without learning. And so this is an opportunity for me to enjoy just getting into this and finding little nuggets, you know, and it's kind of exciting. Well, we're in chapters 15, 16, 17 of Exodus. We're talking about Moses. Now he doesn't have to deal with Pharaoh anymore. Now he's got to deal with his own people. And God had given him the opportunity to lead them out. And now they're coming to him for everything. I mean, we talked about yesterday, they needed some water. And they complained about that. Well, in chapter 17, here's the thing. I want to share this with you. In 15, 16, 7, the word grumble was found 9 times in just 3 chapters, 9 times. 15, 16, 17, quarreling was found 3 times, and testing the Lord was found 2 times. They were expressing their fact that they were frustrated and they needed. But here's the one thing too, and I'll find exactly the reference. I can't give you the reference to it right now, but it's there. The problem with this, the reason there was so much grumbling and so much frustrating, number one, now they hadn't heard, they didn't have the Torah, they didn't have the Bible whatsoever. They had been away from God for 400 years, and they were babies. They were babies in this relationship, and they had to learn from hearing God, hearing the leadership to Moses, and Moses telling them this, and then they had to learn that they could trust God. They had to learn that. We're going to be talking about that just a little bit later. So, but here they are. But the other thing that made it so frustrating was the fact that the Bible says that when they came out of Egypt, there was a lot of people wanting to leave Egypt that were not the Israelites. They were Egyptians. And they said there came a mixed multitude with them. Now let me tell you something. When you're trying to live a life of faith and you're going down in a vision that God gives you, and you have people that have no idea and haven't really been called, and they have no idea, and you let them come along thinking you might have influence on them. It's like the guy that said, I'm going to marry her. She's not a Christian, but I'll make her one. Or the girl that says, I'm going to marry him, but he's not a Christian yet, but I'll make him one. You know, sometimes that just doesn't work. And what happened, they brought them out of Egypt, and the mixed multitudes, they were the one that was always bringing doubt into the camp too. They weren't victorious. They were, oh yeah, they danced. They're just glad to get all that sea. Yeah, they didn't want to get drowned. They're glad Pharaoh's gone. But now they're the ones say, well, where's your God going to do with this water? What are we going to? And now they're getting hungry. Now they're getting hungry. 15, they said, give me something to drink. 17, they said, what are we going to eat? It's like we don't have anything to eat. It's like the kid going into the refrigerator or going over and opening the door and looking and said, Mom, we don't have anything to eat. She said, we have plenty to eat. He said, no, we don't. He said, yeah. And then she says the famous words, we got carrots, we got apples, there's a whole bunch of bananas over there. And the kid goes, that's nothing to eat. I want something like Cheerios, or I want some potato chips, or I want something to eat. I don't want that bananas and pickles and all that stuff. Here they were in chapter 17. It was amazing. They said, then the congregation of the children of Israel set out on their journey in the wilderness of sin, according to the commandments. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water there to drink. Oh, this was 17. They was about drinking again. But before that, they were in 16. They complained in the wilderness because there was nothing to eat. 16 was nothing to eat. So here, and the Lord said to Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my law or not. See, it's baby steps. They were saying, he said, now I'm testing them. Will they trust me for water? Will they trust me for something to eat? So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to rain some stuff on the ground in the morning. Every day it's going to be there. And but on the 6th day, I'm going to let you pick a double portion. That you can have a double portion on that 6th day. So on the 7th day, I want you to rest. So he told him, he said, look, I want you to see if you'll obey me. So they went out. And that, sure enough, the next morning, they were looking for something to eat. The next morning, they looked down, and there was this white, powdery substance on the ground. And they picked it up and they looked at it and they said, manna. And that word means, what is it? Have you ever looked at God's provision and said, what is it? I have. You mean to tell me, what is it? It's your provision. Take it. And they took it and they said it kind of tasted, oh, it was really kind of good. It had a little sweet, like honey taste to it and everything. And they got it every day. Let me tell you something. They got it every day. Every day that they were on outside of Canaan, every day God gave them manna. Wow. Provisions again. Hey, time has gone by. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about manna. We'll talk about these children of Israel and what God did for them.